What's going on, my dudes? This is Mr. Gardner, and this is Math Time with Mr. G. Today we're going to ask the question, what if I was on a hike and I knew where I was because I just crossed a big tree or something iconic, but I didn't know where to start or how to get back? What equation can I use to find my way back? The point x comma y, these are just battleship coordinates. So if I say I'm at the point 1, 2, this helps me find where on the coordinate I am at 1, 2. So let's say I had a map and I was walking and they had a grid system on it and I knew where I was on the grid system. I just didn't know where I finished. This is where point slope form can help us out. So point slope form says I know how steep the hill is and I know where I currently am. I just don't know where I began. I don't know the y-intercept. So how do we get into point slope form? So let's start with our slope equation, and I am just going to put these in parentheses, and I'm going to cross multiply. So now I have 1 times 1 distributed through all of this is just going to be itself, so I'm just going to rename it. And we said that we knew only where we currently were on the map. We don't know the second point. This says we know 1 point, 2 points. So if we don't know both points, I'm just going to change it to I don't know what this point is. I know where my current point is. I know how steep the hill I walked. I don't know the second point, but I know where I currently am. This to the first is where I currently am. And I don't know where I came from because I got lost. So that's why we leave it like that. But this equation right here is my point slope equation. So if I knew on the map I was at the point 3, -2, and I knew I walked up a hill that was up 1 over 2, what is my equation? So I start with my slope point equation, and then I just plug in the points that I know. So this would be x1, y1. So I have negative, negative, that makes a positive. And then I just plug in my slope. So this is my point slope equation given this information. Let's say I'm on another map. This is my slope, this is my point, and I'm just going to plug those in. Why is this useful? Well, now that I have my single point and my slope, I can rearrange it and solve for y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to distribute and then add this plus 3 to the other side. I have it in y equals mx plus b. And now I can say that's where I began my trip. And I can go backwards when I was lost. All right, so if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments section. But other than that, be kind to each other, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.